gonna be more patient with myself. Testing one, two, and two. Testing. Okay, sounds testing. Okay, seems to be fine now. Seems to be fine now. I don't want to switch it off anymore because this thing will also start acting up for some weird reason. I don't know what's wrong with the technology, but sometimes it just doesn't work with this. Okay. Can you guys confirm again if you can hear me now? I had to close the previous stream because there was no sound. Okay. Is there just before we start? Can you guys please confirm again if you can hear my voice and you can see my screen? You should be seeing Nasdaq 1 minute chart. Okay, Nasdaq 1 minute. So can you please confirm for me if you guys can see my screen, please? And you can hear me, both obviously. Can you guys see my screen and can you guys hear me? I just need that confirmation before we can start. Okay, cool. Thanks for the confirmation. And let's just get to it. In terms of what we've discussed, I believe that we've discussed almost everything that I was telling you guys about. Nah? But I was live today, trading with you guys live as we had discussed, right? I'm not sure if everyone who's in this session was also live with us, right? So when we woke up this morning, I'm just gonna give us a clear chart here. When we woke up this morning, price basically started shooting down during here. Price opened and basically started shooting down. This whole move down here was okay. Well, not this whole move. Sorry, I'm lying. But this move happened during the London session. Usually, guys, usually, and this is with rare exceptions, like today's price action, for instance. On NASDAQ, on our futures, price usually doesn't move during the London session. Okay, price typically doesn't move during the London session. However, today price opened and started trading heavily to the downside. Right? Price opened and started trading heavily to the downside, as you can see. It was not that heavy. It was not that heavy, obviously, but I mean, it was an unusual move. Okay. And then basically started consolidating as it obviously would during our CPI. So today we're at CPI, and I told you guys we do not trade fundamentals. We do not trade a CPI, regardless of what is happening. I don't care how excited we get. We do not trade a CPI because it's very volatile. Yes, today you could have sold it, and probably you could have been positive because it didn't spike both sides before it chose a direction. But essentially, what it does is it's going to open, spike up, spike down, spike up, spike down, then chooses direction. And that's where you basically get bent. And that's the reason why we do not trade CPI, FOMC, and CPI, FOMC, and CPI, FOMC, and NFP. Those three we typically do not trade. And I always say this to you guys. Okay. Now, how do you then approach days like this? This is how you approach days like this. You wait. Okay. You wait. Price is going to do its thing, right? So let's look at today's price action, for instance, right? Here we go. 8:30 New York time. 8:30 New York time. It was 3:30 South African time. Okay. 8:30 New York time. Price opens and does what? Price opens right here. Price opens and we have the CPI release. Price opens, spikes up a bit. This is not too much of a stop hunt, to be honest, but yes, it did take out a buy side liquidity, as you guys can see over at these levels, right? Price takes out a buy side liquidity, boom, and then drops heavily to the downside, which becomes our CPI move. If you took this trade and you won, congratulations. But if you probably went long here, then you probably got your ass bent. Okay. And then price started doing what? Started consolidating, and this is exactly what you want. Okay. You want price to do its thing. You want to give it time to breathe since it's these type of days, okay, where it's going to give you heavy movements. So price shot up heavily, started consolidating over here. When it starts consolidating over here, I want you guys to take a look at something. I'm going to switch down to the 1 minute chart quickly. Okay, I'm going to switch down to the 1 minute chart. When price starts consolidating, look what time it is, around 9 over here. Price basically starts consolidating. This is a very huge consolidation. Starts consolidating. And then at exactly 9:30, I want you guys to pay attention to this again. At exactly 9:30, I want you guys to check what happened. Price had generated what? Sell side liquidity at these levels, right? Price had generated sell side liquidity at these levels, right? This is our sell side liquidity, SSL. We always say sell side liquidity. After sell side liquidity has been generated, price spikes down at exactly what? 9:30. It fails going further down. It starts rejecting and pulling back into the what? starts pulling back into the range, which is basically what? There's consolidation over here. Price shoots down, starts pulling back into the range. This is the range right here. Okay, this is the range right here. After price does that, we now do what? We now look at this as our stop hunt. What do we then want to do? We want to see price basically shooting up, okay, going the opposite direction. Now, I don't know if all of you guys were available on today's live stream, but you guys will know you if you were available, and it's still there on this channel. If you want to go back and check it, if you're available, you would know that I gave you guys all these levels live on the markets as we were trading. We traded this market live this afternoon. Okay, so price did what? Gave us a stop hunt low at 9:30. This is our stop hunt low at 9:30 at this green bar over here. After it gave us this stop hunt low at 9:30, it basically shot up. When it shoots up, where does it go? It goes all the way up and takes out this swing high over here. So if it takes out this swing high over here, this is telling us what? This is telling us that price has now switched its direction. It's now breaking the market structure from going down to going up, right? This is our shift in market structure, okay? This, we call this our shift in market structure shift, right? We call this market structure shift. Why? Because we can clearly see that at this level over here, if you can zoom in, we're at what? This swing high right here, right? We have this swing high right here. Price clearly, this candlestick over here, price clearly shoots up and closes above this level. Why? Because we have a swing high. So when this swing high comes and gets broken like this, we do not now look at this as a stop hunt for price to continue going down to those levels. No, because we've already done our damage to the downside. Okay. After that, price does what? Price comes and gives us this little fair value gap over here. Price comes and gives us this little what? Fair value gap right here. Okay. Price comes and gives us this fair value gap right here. As you can see, if you can go to the 3 minutes chart, you will see that price was failing to close below these levels. So price came, always it kept on spiking this level, but it kept on respecting this bearish fair value gap, bullish rather, sorry, which is a BC. Right now, let me just refresh this and go to the 3 minutes chart. That's where you will see another fair value gap clearly showing and sticking out on the 3 minutes chart, and you will see how nicely it was being respected. Okay, go to the 3 minutes chart. This is the 3 minutes chart right here. If you look at the 3 minutes chart, price kept on spiking this level and then it came down to spike. I will discuss this candlestick to be exact. This one over here, which is something that we discussed yesterday, which is our silver bullet trade. This is the trade that you are. If you were trading the silver bullet, this is the trade that you were going to take this morning. Okay. And then price did what? Started shooting down, and then started doing what? Breaking out, which is this breakout over here. Came back and gave us one more pull into this level, pushed into this level and started consolidating. Pushed into this level and basically started shooting up. Now, go back on the live stream again. I said to you guys, while price is doing this, our target for this is going to be where? This 50% over here. I said the target for our take profit on this trade is going to be 50% of what? Of this big movement down, which is this fair value gap over here. If you don't believe me, go back on the stream and check it. And this is 50% of this fair value gap. Okay. And look how nicely price came back, hit this level, and started moving the opposite direction. This is algorithmic English price action. So it goes to specific levels for specific reasons. Okay, price goes to specific levels for specific reasons, and this is exactly how you're going to trade. However, guys, you do not take this trade simply because of what the lower time frame tells you. Obviously, I always tell you guys this. I've been saying this over and over again. This needs to be in This needs to be in confluence with your higher time frame. Okay, what was the higher time frame telling you? Let's go back to the daily chart. Okay, I'm gonna host another session again probably on Thursday, another live session probably on Thursday. Let's go back to the daily charts, guys. What is happening on the daily chart? The daily chart has a fair gap over here. We discussed this. Go back and open the live session. I mean, yeah, today's live session and see what we were discussing there, and come back and rewatch this session again so that you can see that we discussed these things beforehand. It's not something I just came up with now because we have this live session. I said to you guys, price before price got to this fair value gap, I said this is our first target over here. We have fair value gap. This is going to be our what? Our first target. It's either price is going to hit this fair value gap and start going up. But we are not going to be probably not going to be trading that because there's going to be too much volatility since we have CPI. That's exactly what I said to you. But then if we pass this level, then what we then want, let me just delete this. What we then want is to see how price is going to react at the opening of this order block on the daily charts. And this is what we were trading. We're trading the rejection of the bullish order block on the daily chart. Okay, so now when you go to the lower time frame, you already have this in mind. It was okay. We are already trading at the we are already trading at the bullish order block on the daily time frame. Now, if you start seeing these rejection levels happening on the lower time frames at specific times, then you probably understand exactly why price needs to start reacting at that certain time and at those certain levels. Okay. And that's exactly what I've been trying to show you this afternoon. Okay. I'm sure if you were attending the if you attended the live trading session, you would have seen what I'm talking about, and you would actually understand what I'm talking about right now. But if you didn't, just go back and watch that live stream, then come back to this again. You will then just see the confluence as to why do I say price is going to go where I think it's going to go at specific times. That is okay. I don't know if you guys have any questions that you want to drop for me before we go on. Okay. I don't know if you guys have any questions that you'd like to drop since we go on. This is my third to fourth hour on live sessions on training today. It's 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 actually quite tiring. It's actually quite tiring. But I mean, this is what's up. Okay, I haven't had any questions from you guys. Now, what I will then do is, I will then share with you guys what I did share with you guys yesterday. Yesterday, I said to you guys, you want to be trading the what? You want to be trading between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., which is our morning one, not kill zone. I always forget this 10. What is it again? Silver bullet. Sorry, I had forgotten that. Yes. I then said to you guys, right? I then said to you guys, look, with all this said, I then said to you guys, okay, this was yesterday now. With all this said, I then said to you guys, let's if you already have all these things in line, right? If you already have your narrative as to why do you think price is going up, where do you think price is going, why do you think it's going there, and then now you have all that in mind, and then you wait for time and price to basically decide for you or tell you if it's really trying to do what you think it's trying to do. Okay, and you'll notice that it's going to do the exact same shit. Not all, obviously not all the time, but it's going to do it at specific times. Right now, I want you guys to take a look at something. I said to you guys yesterday, the silver bullet is most likely the silver bullet happens between 10 and 11 a.m. Okay, so within that hour, you want to get your entry during that hour specifically, which is your silver bullet morning session between 10 and 11 a.m. Now, I'm going to repeat. If you are looking for the silver bullet trade, You are not looking for price to basically give you a shift in market structure, fair value gap, and then you go long or you go short. That's not what you want. Why? Because if you trade like that, you're gonna get too many of those. Okay, there's too many of these things happening: shift in market structure, fair value gap, but then price just decides to break it. You need to trade it at specific times, at specific levels. Does it make sense? Now, this is what I'm trying to share with you again. Now, in yesterday, I shared with you guys that we'll be trading what? We'll be trading the silver bullet, right? This is the silver bullet. It starts at 10 a.m. and ends at what time? At 11. Now, I said for you guys, this is the simplest strategy that you guys are going to be trading because it tells you exactly what to do and when to do it and when not to do it. Which means if we are saying you are going to be taking a trade between 10 and 11, if you take a trade at 8:30 and you lose it, or you understand why you lost it because you are trading outside of that specific period that I told you guys to trade. Now, I'm not saying that you will not find trades between 8:30 and 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. You will find trades between those times. Today's trade was right between those times, right here. This was today's trade over here. And this happened at what time? 9:30, 9:33. Around 9:33, but the entry happened at 9:42. You will find trades around those times. But I'm just now showing you guys a simpler way also to also look at this thing. Okay. Giving you guys a narrowed vision, if I may say, for you guys to basically do that. Okay. Now, I've already discussed all those things that I've shared with you guys thus far as to why we took today's trade. Now, I want you guys to take a look at something. We already know that this price over here, let me just mark it. We already know that when price moved up at this level right here, what time was this? This was 18 minutes past 10. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this because it just adds too many things on my chart. I don't remember what this is. Okay, so let me not delete it. It's fine. Now I want you guys to take a look at something. Okay, if you have everything lined up already, which is already what I've discussed with you guys today, right? And then during your let me write this down. I don't know why I keep forgetting this. Now, you already have everything happening over here. During your silver bullet, during your silver bullet period, during your silver bullet period, which is between 10 and 11, you want to see price doing what? Reaching for a fair value gap, right? You want to see price reaching for a fair value gap from 5 minutes going down, which is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My trading view doesn't have 4 minutes and 2 minutes, but 1, 3, and 5 works just fine. Okay, 1, 3, and 5 work just fine. Now, let me just switch to the 3 minutes chart quickly and continue with what I'm doing over here. Now, I want you guys to take a look at something. Price was consolidating, right? We had what? A fair value gap over here. A fair value gap over here. Fair value gap over here on 3 minutes chart after the shift in market structure. Remember, this swing high right here. Remember, this swing high right here, we had a switch in market structure over here. This was our switch in market structure. Gives us a what? A fair value gap, right? Gives us a what? A fair value gap. Here's our 3 minutes. Here's our is it M3? 3M. 3M fair value gap. This is our 3 minutes fair value gap right here, right? You guys can clearly see that. Now, look what time price decided to shoot down and come back to this fair value gap. Look, right within our silver bullet setup. I had forgotten I had to read again. It came straight at the silver at the fair value gap one last time. Tested our fair value gap one last time and did what? And started shooting up. So this where we have this line, this could have been your what? This could have been your entry over here. That red candle. You enter that long during. You remember you already have your bias and everything, guys. You don't just do this simply because you see price leaving a fair value gap and breaking market structure. No, you need to have all that narrative that we spoke about. And that narrative, you will usually get it via the higher time frame. Okay. You will usually get that via the higher time frame, which is your daily, 4 hours, weekly. That's basically those are the time frames that usually determine whether you are going to be drawing down or up. Okay. Those are the things. Okay. Now, I then said to you guys, if you don't believe me again, go back and watch the live stream. I didn't delete it, it's still there. I then said to you guys on the live stream today, you want to check for you to take your profits on today's trade. You want to check for 50% of this fair value gap. There's this fair value gap, this long fair value, I mean, this long candlestick over here with this CB. You want to do what? You want to check for a 50% of this level. I think that this would be the perfect place to take your profits. Why? I said this is going to be the perfect place to take your profits. Why? Because if price moves as much as it did today, for it to find the strength to go up and take out this buy side liquidity again, there's going to need to be a lot of volume in the market. However, it can easily reach for a 50% of this, which is what you guys know. You guys should know this by now. 50% of a fair value gap, we call this a what? A CE, which is consequence encroachment. I'm not going to write that in full. We write that as CE of this bearish fair value gap. We want to get out at these levels. Why? Because this is we call this a low hanging fruit trade. Okay, low hanging fruit. Okay, now here's the thing. Again, do you need? Do you need? This is a very important question. Do you need to be a part of this whole move for you guys to make money? Do you need to be a part of this whole move from here to where price basically started turning? Do you need to be a part of this whole move for you to make money? Absolutely not. I exited my trade on this blue line over here today. You guys saw that. I exited my trade at this line over here and I made good amounts of profit for the day and I was out. If I had held on to my trade, would I have made more? Yes, but I was content with this simply because of my trading style. Okay, simply because of my trading style. But this is basically why I was saying price is going where it's going today. And this is how I based my setup. Okay, this is basically how I based my setup. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything that you'd basically like clarity on in terms of what we covered this evening. I'm really going to cut today's session short simply because I had a long day. The last 3 hours has been long because I've been talking like this on live streams ever since, and it's actually very tiring. I'm not gonna push it long, so I'm gonna cut it just here. But I just need to know first from you guys. Do you guys have any questions before anything? Do we have any questions? Is there anything that you guys would like to have clarity on? You can write it on the chat there. You can write it on our private group so we can attend to it. I was talking there and I forgot. Okay, you guys are saying it's all good. Okay, great. I guess that then we will see you guys in tomorrow's session. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to be hosting another live session tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know. But what I do know is that on Thursday, we'll definitely have another live trading session with you guys. And if there's nothing else that you would like to know, or if there's no other questions, comments, or whatever, then I guess let's end it here. Go back and watch today's live session. See how long it takes. I want you guys to see how long. The reason why I'm basically hosting those live sessions, live trading sessions, is just so that you guys can see how long it takes, or how long you sometimes have to sit on the chart doing nothing for you to basically find one good trade. You don't have to. You don't have to be bothered. You don't have to be bothered by the fact that you missed this whole move going down. This whole move going down. Just be content with the fact that you could catch this small move going up. Okay, this is good enough to make you guys profitable long term. And that's exactly what I'm trying to share with you guys with this session, with these sessions and these live sessions. And believe it or not, by me being here sharing these okay, my dog is barking as they always do. What was I saying? By me being here sharing these with you guys, it also instills a lot of discipline, because I can't just do any stupid thing and go against my trading plan in front of you guys. Anyways, if there's nothing else, you guys will have yourselves a good night. All these videos are saved on YouTube. And do not forget to like and subscribe. And also, do not take this as financial advice. This is merely just me sharing what I do on a daily basis on the market with the little knowledge that I have. If you need financial advice, please go to someone that's registered to be a financial advisor. We'll see you guys on the next one.